There are certain career paths that require a willingness to face things that most of us can't even imagine. And facing those things sometimes comes at a cost. Now, we're talking about real people. We're talking about normal, average human beings who choose to work in professions that demand heroism, fortitude, and great resolve.
But get this, over 80% of first responders experience traumatic events on the job, and roughly 1 in 3 first responders develop post-traumatic stress disorder.
And just as these valiant citizens face their harsh realities, we need to reconcile what we can do to understand their struggle and how to help. Helping us out to understand that, this is Milton Nagel. He is the president of the Lucas Nagel Memorial Fund. He's with Vance Rowe, who is a public safety and mental health awareness advocate. Gentlemen, thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
Mr. Nagel, can you quickly tell me about Lucas and the Memorial Fund?
Sure. So Lucas is Tina, my wife and I's youngest son, who is forever 27. Ever since he was 4 years old, all he wanted to do was go be an Army man. And as soon as he was age eligible, we supported that, and he enlisted in the Army, went away to boot camp, became an MP, and was deployed twice. When he returned from his first deployment, he had seen some things, had encountered some situations that caused him to change his career path. He was a student at Salisbury University at the time, and he said, "Dad, Mom and Dad, I'm going to suspend my college career, and I want to become a police officer." So he was hired by Caroline County Sheriff's Department and was a 6-year deputy sheriff with the department before tragically took his own life on December 31st, this past a little over a year ago at this point.
Sorry for your loss.
I'm so sorry for your loss.
So he bled red, white, and blue. And so many of our young men and women follow that same. You know, he's not unique. We have a lot of people, and not just police officers or soldiers, but first responders. So it's a broader audience. It includes, paramedics and EMTs, dispatchers. It's something that I'm glad that we're starting to wake up about and bring more awareness to, and so
because it's a big audience.
It's a big audience, and it's important that we realize what they see every day that we maybe see once or twice in our lifetime, and the impact of that.
Now, Vance, what do you think people may not understand about how PTSD manifests itself?
They may not understand that it starts maybe in some behavior changes. Maybe you don't like to do the things that you once did, and maybe you're trying to make some things go away, feelings-wise, thoughts-wise, and that can lead to increased alcohol use, maybe other substance abuse issues. A lot of folks may not necessarily see the change, but the people around them probably do. And one of the big things about the film that we're going to talk about is the idea of creating changes within agencies where people are not afraid to come forward and be like, there's something not right. And one of the incredible statistics that I've always seen that really stays with me is that most civilians will see maybe somewhere between 2 and 5 traumatic incidents in their life, and a police officer in the course of a 25-year career will probably see 500 to 800. That has to go somewhere. That trauma has to get out of them. They have to be able to process it. So there just needs to be more awareness, resources, and creating a safe space for them to get those things out, get the help that they need.
All right, so you mentioned it. Let's talk about this film. Tell us about this documentary.
So it's entitled PTSD 911. It's directed by a gentleman who's a Maryland resident, Conrad Weaver, but it follows 3 different first responders, a paid firefighter, a police officer, and a dispatcher. And they talk about some of their struggles and the impacts to their lives as a result of the exposure to the trauma over time. And it's not gory. it's very much a documentary. Very much, I came away from, after seeing it the first time, knowing so much more and wishing that I had seen it years ago. I wish it was out years ago.
Yeah.
And so that's part of why we're trying to, expand the audience and invite people to come out and view it for free. Chances are somebody, nearly everybody has a first responder somewhere in their family. And while they may not think that it's, that their family member is not okay,
Right.
and maybe they're not, because it doesn't impact everybody. Everybody processes things differently, and some people have, a lot of people have successful careers and retire and lead long and healthy lives. But it's a staggering percentage of first responders that do have issues. And so if we can provide these resources and this awareness, increase the awareness, and then with folks like Vance, increase the resources for agencies to provide assistance at low or no cost to their first responders, then that's what we should
need
be
to
doing.
do. Yes.
So how can we see PTSD 911?
So we have 2 viewings coming up, screenings of the documentary, both on Thursday, February the 8th at Colonel Richardson High School, starting at 7 o'clock in the auditorium, and then the following Thursday, the 15th, at North Carolina High School auditorium. Again, I'm a Caroline County resident,
Right.
and so we're starting small. We're starting to try to help Caroline County first responder agencies, but wherever you are, if you're available on either the 8th or the 15th, come out to Colonel Richardson or North Carolina High School in the middle of the cornfield in Caroline County and participate in the documentary.
Learn and understand.
Yeah,
Love to have you.
love to have you.
Milton Nagel, Vance Rowe, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you both. Thank you for
for
having me.
what you're doing too.